God didn't say that there was a limit to my dreams. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Devonna Turner. Today I'm going to be talking about my Essence Fest experience. Now keep in mind, I went as a creator, so my experience might be a little different than the everyday person. Now, if you were here for my last video, you saw that we did a packing video together. I was stressed during that packing video, y'all. It's one thing to go somewhere and build out your own itinerary. Essence Fest is one of those situations where you have cocktail hours, parties, brunches, different things like that. And some of them require different dress codes. I had 3 different all white looks that I had to wear. I haven't worn that much all white since I got married, since I was engaged. Off rip, we flew in Thursday. But if I could go back, I would fly in Wednesday. Wednesday gives us enough time to like ease into things, check into the hotel, explore New Orleans. This was my first time in New Orleans, so I had never had the opportunity to like do Bourbon Street or to like really shop around or even like try the different food. And because our schedule was so back to back, I didn't get this experience. So if I could go back and change things, I would definitely fly in on Wednesday. But anyway, we flew in Thursday. As soon as we got to the hotel, we had to change. We barely got to eat, but get ready for the Brown Sugar Babe event, which was amazing. They did their big one with the venue, with the setup. They actually had well-known celebrity event planner and wedding planner Ellie B produce this event. She always does an amazing job. This event was amazing. They brought out Lady London as a special guest performer, and they also gifted each one of us their new body oil from their Privé line. They gifted us the French Kiss scent. And when I tell you, I wore it all the rest of the Essence Fest. It smells so good. It had me smelling good. When I was in elevators, when I was walking through the convention center, everybody was talking about how good I smell. 20,000 out of 10. 20,000 out of 10. Anyway, after we left the Brown Sugar Babe event, we had 2 other events to go to. So we went Trend Management. They're a talent management agency, hosted a creator mixer. I love when agencies do this. It's a great opportunity to meet their teams, but also to meet fellow creators. Like, one thing about this job, you don't really get a lot of opportunities to meet your quote unquote coworkers. You know what I mean? And there's been so many people that I've engaged with online for years, but this is the first time that I actually got to meet them in person. And it's so fun when like y'all kiki as much online and through text and everything as you do in person. Like, I love when the vibes instantly match in person. So we spent some time at Trend Management connecting with the other creators. This one event hosted between Carmen Renee and Trend Management. She's managed by them. And so after that, we hopped over to Ofure's VIP shopping experience. They did a pop-up during Essence Fest, and so it was an opportunity for you to see their new collections and some of the dresses and styles that they've been most known for. And that was our first night. It was back to back. All 3 of those events were basically at the same time. So it was kind of rough trying to just decide what to go with. I will say, as a creator, that is one of the things when it comes to the creator events, at least this year, a lot of them fell at the same time. We were probably done by maybe 11 p.m. We ended up door dashing a pizza to the hotel that night, sleep eating 1 slice, and then going to bed. Conclusion. Tired. You guys, wait. We gotta pee. C-C-A. We gotta pee. Is this Miss Rachel? Get over here. Get over here. Let's dance. Let's dance. This girl. I got this bonnet cocked to the side like all I need to do is roll my pant leg up. Then we had to be up bright and early because my girl Naz was hosting a walk at 7 in the morning. It's Friday morning and we are headed on a little walk hosted by Naz and Tracey. The only thing is the walk is at 7 a.m. I'm so tired. When I said I saw 7, I said, who? We, of course, had to support my girl, Nas. This was actually a partnership with her and Tracy. So Nas and Tracy is a New Orleans-based influencer. So it was great for us to kind of walk around the city. This was the one opportunity we had to see the city. We saw like water. Funny enough, while we were walking, we saw Kehlani running with like two men. I'm assuming they were her bodyguards or something like that, but they were running. And I was like, that's Kehlani. That's crazy. Anyway, so we were able to chill majority of that morning. And then our first event was that evening. So we honestly chilled, rested, kind of a little bit of content. Channing and I made sure to like dress, go into the streets and like get some cute pictures. I'm gonna put them up so y'all can see. Thing that I think I would love to do in the future as a creator, when God blesses me, I would love to like hire a photographer there, and then maybe even like hairstylist, makeup artist. I'm dreaming big, but God didn't say that there was a limit to my dreams. So later that evening, we went to another mixer hosted by a talent management agency called Society 18. When I tell you they had that thing jumping, I'm not gonna lie, we had a time. They gave us a drink voucher so we could get drinks. They gave us sneakers. I think they gave us all like New Balances. There were like photo ops. There was a backdrop. When I tell you everybody was in there, I feel like by now everybody had flown in. Everybody was there. Their team announced this maybe like a week in advance. That's another thing I want to note, that a lot of these things, like it was maybe a week and a half before we got to Essence, before we started actually getting invitations. And a lot of it was like email this email to get an invite, or DM us to get an invite. We were up against the wire to get some of these invitations because like Essence Fest reminds me a little bit of New York Fashion Week, where it's like everything's last minute. And this is no shade to like any of the brands or the agencies that hosted things. It's just a matter of like, that's what it is. Like it's a very last minute experience. But anyway, we had a time at Society 18. And then later that night, we went to the first concert. This was the Latto, Kehlani, CARDI B concert. We had a time. We were in there hooting and hollering. And shout out to Kay. She gave Channing and I VIP like tickets to 2 nights. And I'm like, what? I got to see Latto, Kehlani, CARDI B for free? Truly God's favorite. Shout out to my girl Kay. Next day was Saturday. Saturday was probably our busiest day. Like, I don't think we really had any time to eat. This was the day that we also attempted to go to BeautyCon. We really wanted to go to the convention center, but our main priority was BeautyCon. There were a lot of beauty brands that we wanted to connect with. And by the time we got to BeautyCon, the fire marshals had shut it down. It wasn't like shut down, but it was at capacity, so they weren't letting anybody else in. So we decided to go to other parts of the convention center because, for instance, like Disney, Target, them had other activations within the convention center that weren't within BeautyCon. Like they had their own big activation. So we went and tried to get into some of those, but everything has a line. I don't think I was prepared for that piece of Essence Fest. I think if you're going as someone who's just attending Essence Fest, I would highly recommend getting to the convention center super early, because think about it like you're going to an amusement park. Every ride is going to have lines and you're going to be waiting in those lines. And so I would say if you're someone who's just going, make sure that you have ample time to stand in these lines so that you can really get to everywhere that you want to go. And I would definitely hit BeautyCon first, because that seems like the place that everybody wants to be, because you get so many free goodies. As a creator, I would say like really the same thing. There is a VIP pass for BeautyCon and the convention center, but I learned that apparently this year there was a little miscommunication. So some brands did not know that the VIP members were getting there at 9 and they still weren't opening till 10. So like imagine paying $250 plus for a VIP pass, and then you get there and you can't actually utilize it. So that was kind of what happened. Again, this is no shade to Essence. It's just a matter of like miscommunications happen. So we couldn't really do BeautyCon this day. So we decided, all right, like Sunday, our last day, we were gonna wake up super early and hit BeautyCon. Even though like majority of like the celebrity pop-ups and the main attractions within BeautyCon, they happened like they wanted to. So by Sunday, BeautyCon was honestly, there was still a line outside the door, a really big line, but it still didn't seem like it was jazzed up or as exciting as it was from videos that we saw. Like Cardi B was at Grow Good passing stuff out one of those days. That was not the case at all when we went. No shade. So the convention center, BeautyCon was a bus. So then we ended up going to Harlem Fashion Row, had a pop-up at H&M. So I wanted to stop by and support my friends Bruce and Glenn. So we stopped by, I was able to shop a little bit, and then we headed back to the convention center to try to catch Kay, who was speaking on a panel. But then I learned I was supposed to be at a brunch. So we split up. Channing was able to catch Kay on the panel, and then I was at a brunch hosted by P&G and Kensington Gray. Because for this trip, I had a partnership with My L. My L is a P&G brand. It was a very intimate brunch. It was at the same place the Kensington Gray mixer would be later. As soon as I left the brunch, I was able to hit Disney's event. Disney had an event. I'm trying to remember what the show is called, but they had the cast of some show. Like they did some interviews with them. If I remember, I'll put it up here. But they interviewed the cast, and then at some point they had Princess Tiana out there. I missed her because again, there were like 3 or 4 events taking place all at once. Anyway, so we stayed for Disney as long as we could before we went back to the Kensington Gray mixer. And like thinking back to this, if you watch my packing video, you saw that like I packed this like beautiful blue dress that I was really excited to wear at the Disney event because it was giving like princess. But things were so back to back, I just had to wear all white pretty much all this day. It was impossible to go back to the hotel, change into my blue, then go back and change into some more white. It just didn't make sense at all. So we didn't do that. Baskin Lather had an event. We unfortunately did not make that event. And I hate that because I was really excited about it, but things are back to back. But I did get to catch Bruce Glenn's launch of their new bag. I ended up purchasing the bag. So I don't know, maybe by the time I post this, I will have had the bag. But I purchased a bag. She's tea. I'm really excited. I think it's called Concrete Jungle or something like that. So that was pretty much Saturday. We went back to the hotel. We finally got to eat. We walked up the street, got a little bit of sushi from some random spot that was open at like 11 p.m. And then we went to the concert to catch a little bit of Monica and Brandy. But honestly, their show apparently ran till like 3 a.m. And we had to get up the next day to catch BeautyCon. So we didn't stay long. So finally, we made it to Sunday. Sunday was a whirlwind in itself. Even though this was our last day, we woke up super early, caught BeautyCon, finally got to run through BeautyCon. We honestly didn't take away a lot of the goodies. And if I'm thinking back to it, if I go next year, I'm going to get the goodies and then give them away to y'all. I feel like in my mind, it was like, I just didn't want to take all the stuff with me. So I didn't take a lot of the things. The few things that I did take, I gave them to the hotel staff. But we did BeautyCon. We got to meet a lot of the different brands and see their activations. I'm not gonna lie, these brands go crazy with their activations. Like, I can only imagine what goes into building these out. So shout out to them. We went back, changed into our all white because we had to go to the Black Excellence Brunch. Now this is one of the best events that I went through. I feel like there were certain moments where I felt a little starstruck. Patti LaBelle was there, y'all. And then Marsha and Broche sang. It was a surprise performance. All I know is I was just like, she's right there, like arm reach. It was kind of crazy. And I was basically her backup singer. We had a time at this brunch. We unfortunately had to rush back to our hotel because we had a flight to catch, but we got to spend a lot of time with a lot of different creatives. So we headed to the hotel, and that was pretty much Essence Fest for us. One, I have to say this, huge shout out to Channing. I think as an adult, like when you travel with people you don't know, it can be very overwhelming and a little intimidating because everybody's different, especially sharing a room, you know what I mean? But we really just meshed well and like fed off of each other. I'd say we took really good care of each other. Even when it came to like certain rooms where we wanted to network, I feel like we weren't up under each other. And so like she got to do her thing, I got to go do my thing. We got to come back and be like, oh my God, I met so-and-so. And like, it was even one of those situations where it was like, oh, I met so-and-so. No, you meet so-and-so. Like, come over here. Let me introduce you. Like, I love creators that like look out for other creators. And that is very much what like the flow of that friendship during this weekend was. So for our first trip, I'm proud of us. I'm excited for more to come. But that is pretty much my Essence Fest experience. If I had to rate Essence Fest this year, I would say 10 out of 10. Actually, 20 out of 10. It is just something about it. I've gone to Fashion Week twice, and I've been in a lot of different rooms with really well-known creators and some famous people. And it was something about Essence Fest where it's like that icky feeling that I can get sometimes where like you can see people are trying to figure like who you are, why you're in the room. I didn't get that from Essence Fest. I like felt like I belonged. No one made me feel like because they had 1 million followers and I got 100,000, like that was any smaller than them. And that's really important to me. And so Essence Fest, especially as a Black creative, is an absolute destination that you have to make. Like you have to prioritize Essence Fest. And I even think that like there's opportunities there. I know people that went and met agencies while they were there and now are like signing with them. So there's a lot of opportunity there as well. And there's so many people just casually out and about. Like you meet so many people. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please let me know if there's any questions that y'all have, if whether or not you're a creator or someone who just is interested in going to Essence Fest one day. Let me know. I will be back next year and we're going to manifest that I'm going to be on the stage speaking. I definitely want to have more involvement with Essence Fest because I just love what they're doing and what it means to us. And as an HBCU grad, I went to A&T. As an HBCU grad, it just felt like homecoming in a way. Like it felt like home. You know what I mean? I almost had like, you know, when a trip ends and all of a sudden you're a little bit sad. That's kind of how I felt. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any other questions. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.